didn't kill herself and got into the gown, and then that she kept that gown when you know.
I wish I would have seen
But
it.
my mother still was
gosh.
able to get into that gown 40 years later.
Really? Oh, that's
Because she
fabulous.
kept her, because that was always her goal, because my mother did like to go out to the theaters and stuff. I mean, but okay, this place is a god-awful great place to go to the theaters if you want to in the evenings. There was a lot of things on the cultural stuff. My father would get dressed up, my mother would get dressed up, my father put on his suit or his tux, and they'd go out. You know, I'd sit there and watch the children, so I spent that. But that was it, because she still wore the things. She, you know, but that's it. That's sort of a goal right there, is that you got that dress in front of you. Same as a guy. A guy wants to go, he wants to look really good at a function, and he's got the suit sitting for him, and he knows that he's got to get in shape to wear that suit. And a lot of times, the act of getting in shape over a span of a couple of months, if you got that type of leeway, builds the regimen that you're going to use to keep in shape after that. Because, you know, well, I really look god-awful good. I mean, like a commercial, I saw a commercial where a guy, he basically, it was a wedding anniversary, and he wanted to do something nice, so he's getting in shape, and his wife, why is he getting in shape? Is he leaving me? You know, and then it was because, you know, he wanted to put on a tuxedo he got married in with again, so that he could go in there, and he gets into it, and she said, oh my God, you haven't looked like that since you were 19 years old. He said, oh, I feel like I'm 19 again too. And
I know, and he felt all better,
he felt
didn't
better, so he basically, you know, would do the regimen then. Him and his wife did, it's just like they got this stupid Weight Watcher thing commercial on where the husband and wife basically did it together. And basically she started joining him and stuff. She got to where she could wear the dress that they got married in, and then they got both of them the next year on their wedding anniversary gotten married.
Did they get remarried again?
They got remarried in the
Oh.
outfits that they'd worn earlier, and then as far as
That's pretty cool.
they still look hot today. I mean,
That's really cool.
Yep.
Number 8, reward yourself for achieving your goal.
yeah, that's my grandmother. He goes to the thing. My grandmother said that if you have to give up all of your pleasures in life, then why bother to?
So carefully pick what you're going to choose, because sometimes they're actually goals and sometimes they're just changes, like you're going to be a better person, or you know what I mean?
No, forget nobody's ever been
There's
a person. That always end up a worse person. Because you really
I'm overly generalizing.
I know, but most people that try to be a better person always end up as piss-ass trying to get to be the better person, so.
Oh, do they?
Well, I'm going to be, I'm going to be a better person than I ever was before. Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, if you just change and that's the way you are, but part of it is if you try to do it and you do without, then it's like you're frustrated all the time.
You can't do it.
Exactly.
I mean, Richard Simmons would tell you, you cannot give up the little things that you enjoy. You just simply have to, if you don't have, so like Pavlov's dog, you have to have a reward for your behavior, and it works. You know, behavioral training does work.
Yeah, just ask any kid that was told if they got straight A's what they would get.
Well, it works with Monty.
If they really wanted it, you bet you they're gonna have straight A's.
Monty, for instance, knows she gets treats. If we
If you say it too loud.
we don't give her the thing for beforehand. She only gets it if she's done it on her own. We don't, she's not told she has to do it. She's got to do it on her own, and then we'll give her the little thing. So it does work with kids and pets.
Yeah, treats work. Yeah, or rewards.
Yeah.
So, and part of it is like, if you're saying, now, part of this has to be like, if you're giving up smoking, you don't reward yourself with a smoke.
No.
Okay, no, because then you're going to screw yourself up.
Yeah, that's right.
And the same thing is, if you're rewarding yourself for losing weight,
you don't go out and eat. Actually, you can go out and eat.
You could.
I know people that basically reward themselves for losing weight by going to, what you want to do, you go to a gourmet restaurant where the food portions are really small. Because you're, instead of eating like a full plate, you're eating these little tiny portions.
but what you don't do is go to a buffet and stuff yourself.
No, that because a lot of people, you don't go to McDonald's and reward yourself for, or to Dairy Queen and reward yourself. That's not good.
And number 9, sign it and date it. Now, a lot of times people say sign it and date it. This is when you have your New Year's resolutions. So it's like, I, Joyce Chow, resolve that in the year 2000, you look at his face already what I'm saying.
No.
These are for people that like to do those and they want to make sure they stick to it. So they sign it and date it as if it were a contract.
Oh, yeah, honestly, did I really sign that 4 years ago? Yeah, I lost it. Yeah, it's basically, a lot of them circular file the things.
Yeah. So for some people that helps and it will help you keep it. For some it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
And I think part of it has to do with your feelings about what contracts are. If your feeling about contracts is they are legally bound,
Well, then
you
you're
follow
not,
through.
you're not a member of the Democratic Party.
But yeah, so if you're somebody that says, well, you know, there are laws and the reason they're there is for you to work around.
Then you're a member of the Democratic Party.
Maybe this is not quite for you.
That's right.
And resolution is probably not for you either.
Yeah.
And the last one of all, number 10, is to how to write and keep a New Year's resolution. Number 10 is to be accountable.
I thought that's what that was.
I know, you're trying to read my handwriting.
I can't read it.
That's because, see, this is my handwriting. We've done 3 different
You
things.
scribble things on
These are
it.
my scribbles.
Yeah, so,
And I'll say, be accountable. Now, remember you were laughing about posters at your cubicle?
yeah.
And everybody's seeing it? Well, sometimes.
Actually, it was. I mean, my grandmother honestly found out that by embarrassing my grandfather, she could get him to stop eating on the way home. Because first of all, my grandmother couldn't cook to begin with, which meant since she couldn't cook, she needed him to go bring food home. And if he is eating before he brings the food home,
Then, yeah.
yeah, then you know what she's getting.
Then he forgets to bring the food home.
Yeah, and she's basically eating peanut butter and cheese.
See, that's kind of like reverse psychology, is that if you're not accountable, somebody may do something like that to help keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the accountability also may be, for example, you may have a buddy, like you're losing weight, and both of you have decided to have a contest and see who could lose their weight the
Yeah.
fastest, or you have little milestones. But you have somebody that you can share with, who they know that you're trying to do it, and they try and help keep you on track.
Yeah.
Some people also pay for a coach.
Yeah, and basically, you can never keep any of these resolutions without somebody to help you keep them. You know, it's somebody nagging the daylights out of you, it's a mother or father telling you, you know, you're never going to be, okay, like the day, okay, I'm going to, you know, like, I was a punter besides being a receiver and running back kicks. You know, my goal was to be able to kick the ball 40 yards as a punter. I couldn't do it, so, but my father would basically, he sat out there. My father would go out to the 40-yard line and tell me he wanted me to kick the ball. I mean, I tried it for, you know, for a time I was like this, to time through college. That was my main goal, but I sat there, he said it every year, I'm going to kick that ball 40 yards. I had a great hang time, couldn't get the ball 40 yards. I just didn't have the, I kicked the ball sideways, like a soccer player does, which means it arced. You can't do a 40-yard punt arcing, but I wanted to, and he'd sit there and make certain that I practiced doing it. It's just like, he tried to get me, everything, I was a pitcher too, everything I threw curved. When I go to the outfield and play, because I played pitcher and outfield, everything I throw would curve. And he basically, you know, well, I'm going to stop throwing curveballs. Well, I have a shoulder and arms this year from throwing curveballs. I never could beat it, but I tried it. My father was always there to remind me, don't throw the curveball. So you got to have somebody there, because I would have
They're
stopped.
your cheerleader.
I would have flat out stopped, because I mean, I knew I could never throw a straight overhand fastball. I knew I could never kick, because when you're kicking the ball sideways, you're never going to get a putt 40 yards downfield. But I was taught when I was young, hang time. You wanted to give your players the time to get underneath it, so I kicked the ball curve and it'd go way down. It was great if you had because we didn't have kickers that could kick the ball from any spot. You know, we were like, you know, give us a 10-yard kick and we could do it, so I had to kick. So I punted the ball curved and high, so basically it would always stay inside the bounds. But my father sat there, I mean, we're talking, he must have tried for 15 years to make me, you know, okay, now you're going to throw the ball to me, don't curve it. And I'd sit up there, and I'd go out in the outfield, I'd catch the ball that he'd hit me, and I'd throw it in, but I automatically, It's a force of habit. She sees me playing tennis the same way. She and my tennis racket. I picked the tennis racket up, put 2 fingers on the tennis racket to keep my wrist from snapping. I would automatically pick the ball up and throw it like a curveball. It was just if something was automatic with me, I grab the ball, I take it out of my glove, I put 2 fingers on it, and it curves. I used to overshoot the backstop. I mean, I'd overshoot. I'd throw a ball 50 foot over the top of the backstop. So that was from the center field. I had an arm. But no, but it is that accountability. If you can't, you have to have somebody there. I mean, I've sat there and watched Not a Spring Chick since she was a chick. So I know what she looks like. She can basically fool people. She can't fool me.
I know, he's known me for too long.
Yep.
Which also is one of the reasons why you have somebody you're accountable to, because they know where you start, they know your baseline,
Yeah.
and they can help keep you on track.
That's right. Accountability. If you don't have a person to help you with, you can never be held accountable.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
That's a good way to end it.
Oh, and with that, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's resolutions. And we'd love to hear your ideas on how you're writing and keeping your New Year's resolutions too.
No, you can get information on www.monteballs.net.
And wherever you're watching us, subscribe to us, follow us daily on our 3D newscast. And thank you once again for over 40 million links.